but a little bit behind the leaders still. So this is a new opponent for Anna Muzychuk.
Yes,
Another tough challenge playing against Alexandra Kosteniuk. Well, actually, at the moment, Alexandra Kosteniuk is 3 full points behind Anna Muzychuk, but now she has a chance to get closer.
Yeah, still the tournament is long enough, and of course Alexandra will look to win this title.
Well, in fact, Alexandra Kosteniuk is a very strong BLITZ player. I mean, I remember she was playing in BLITZ championship with men in Moscow, and she won a lot of strong grandmasters.
Yeah, scored a lot of points. Yeah, taking some scalps. Well, closed Sicilian has been played, and this h5, h3 inclusion, well, I'm not quite sure if it's favorable for black. White castles, white can play bishop e3, now so h3 is surely useful. And I'm not quite sure about black's h5. So what is absolutely clear, then if black castles short, then it's certainly is going to be a weakening to black's king side.
So maybe black should just castle
well, but it's not that easy to achieve.
Yes, I understand, but
it's not that easy to achieve.
Of course,
so black has to postpone the castle somehow. Well, and this time Muzychuk actually keeps
time. Yes, so maybe she decided for a new strategy for the BLITZ games.
Yeah, okay. Now taking with the bishop perhaps comes into mind. Taking with the bishop, then okay, at least black can castle, but then queen d2, rook a e1, and we saw something like this already from Muzychuk, centralizing everything and then progressing to break in the center. Queen d2 and rook a e1 comes automatically. So now it's interesting what's going to be white's reaction on knight d4, because black wouldn't mind actually changing one knight, I believe. Knight d4.
On the other hand, maybe black should just proceed with the queen side. I mean, play rook b8, b4, b5, and so on.
Yes, well, but somehow it's already visible. White will move this rook to e1 sooner or later. Then, while you're coming with your b5, b4, the knight is coming back. Oh, okay, this is what Alexandra is doing actually. A6,
I think
b5,
it's
and
kind of usual plan.
Yes,
after all, black should also get some game.
Yeah. White will concentrate all the forces on a king side, and well, might be some attack here, especially if also a knight comes. Okay, f6 is, well, I have to say, not a usual way to play for black.
Yeah, actually,
don't know what
a little bit
black is actually doing here.
Maybe
it doesn't spoil too much. Maybe it doesn't,
but still, it doesn't seem it was necessary.
Well, the move itself is really strange. So, I mean, if black goes for f6, f5 later, it will be practically no difference. But still,
maybe white should now turn to center play with d4.
Yeah, that's
after
what I
this
also
f6.
thought.
Yeah,
this is what I also thought. Okay, I'm not sure about this reaction, because
now we know for what this
knight
f6 was played.
yes, indeed, this pawn supports the knight on e5.
But this
d4, then okay, then black might be just comfortable. Taking f3 and playing something like b6. Oh no, okay, Alexandra takes. So this way ensures
coming to e6 now.
Yeah, ensures the knight's position on e5, but at the same time, of course, e6 square will be a target. E6 square will be a target, so it's not that clear what's happening.
Okay, but right now still white cannot achieve knight e6.
Yes, c4 is an interesting idea.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
to undermine the pawn on d6.
But what about b5 even immediately? Okay.
Well, you
never happened, so
you would give a square on c6 maybe this way. Still, I would prefer white in this position, but it's far from being clear. Okay, knight e6.
What is the idea if we just take?
Captured, and then if queen e6, then pawn on b7 falls, and in this way, white captures b5, I believe, and plays bishop d5.
d5 to protect e6, yeah?
Yes. Looks rather suspicious, I have to say. Even, you know, it's possible, well, I was about to say, so it's possible to take, actually. to take, and queen
No.
d7, something like
D
this.
should take,
D
and
should take, and something like queen d7 might
yes,
be
this
a
pawn
possibility that will be
will be
really annoying.
yeah.
Yes, queen d7, then put the bishop on d5.
Rook c7.
Oh,
probably.
I just wonder if after queen d7 pawn takes and rook c7, if white can manage to keep this pawn. Because this is... No, okay, after that white is clearly better, so white simply takes... Oh, well, it's not actually necessary to take. It's not necessary to take this one. So white can play bishop...
Bishop d5 immediately, or bishop,
Bishop
c6.
c6, well...
This is...
What's going on? Rook d8.
But then...
Takes and
take
bishop
and
d7.
bishop d7,
And
that's
then
the
other
idea,
pawn, well,
yes.
white is has winning position for sure. So c pawn is running. So black's best chance is to just to give an exchange immediately, I believe. Just to give an exchange immediately, then it won't be that clear. Otherwise, white will defend. Oh well, f5, then rook d1, defending on d7, and then c pawn marches.
But c pawn, okay, maybe then e4 and also some...
Okay, c5, e4.
Now bishop e5 would for some moment stop this pawn,
well, but just
then
for a moment, you know, c6, c6. He has bishop here, king g2. No, I mean it's sure. I'm pretty much sure that it's winning. And king g7, g4. She undermines correctly those pawns. King f6, rook e4.
Well, yeah, it looks
Kosteniuk
like just...
blundered. Yes, so then rook e5 is a threat actually,
white
followed
is
by
just winning
c7.
here, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, well, king f6 hasty move. I don't like. I mean, she could have played rook f8, by the way, keeping the position. Well, here, bishop c7. Still some precision required from white, but.
Okay,
well,
but at some point white would open the queen side with a4 and so on, and probably just
yes.
come with the rooks on the cells.
Yes, well.
Because this rook on e7, okay, it says...
well, now it's not that clear, actually. I just understood. Okay, king e5, I'm not quite sure. King e5, I'm not quite sure, because... Well, takes... If all the rooks are gone, then it will be hard. It will be hard. But okay, rook f1, I guess. Rook f1 has to be played. So black could have played rook h7 instead of king e5. Rook h7 and then putting a king to e7, creating sort of a fortress. Now it looks like white can cut black's king. Maybe still not easy. King f6. Ah, well, it was black to move, sorry.
yeah, it's black to move, yes, but
Yes,
rook
I was-
f1 still is possible, I believe.
Rook or f1, king g7. But that way rook is not moving. So white will...
Okay, black has to, not to take, of course, but to stop
Yes,
this
rook e1,
queen side,
a5, well, rook d1,
rook-
rook d5, and entering
yes,
from the 5th
and
rank.
this is the idea. I mean, white should
Yes, but
end up on the
black will
7th
organize a
somehow.
counterplay. Rook. Black will organize counterplay. Not easy for Muzychuk also. Rook f2 doesn't seem to really
to change much, yeah.
to change much, yes.
And now actually rook h7 already. And
Okay,
rook h2 and
rook
so on.
e2 has to be played. Yes, king
King
f8,
f8.
rook e4, at least forcing this pawn to
To
move.
g3.
But
but
maybe it's not an achievement.
It's
though.
not an achievement, I believe, yes.
Rook
Rook
h4,
king g8 or king g7
king
back.
g7 or g8. Ah, that is interesting. King g7, rook g4. Ah, well, yes. Now white simply takes this pawn. No? She could
She
have
could take
taken
on g3.
Yeah, she
you
could have
mean,
taken
yes,
on
exactly.
g3, but this way it's much more precise. Because now black, well, really cannot move the king because of rook h8. Bishop d6, then white simply takes g3, eliminating this dangerous pawn, and well, okay, now it's, I believe now it's winning. Now it's winning just to find a way, yes, rook d5, yes, rook b5, just simply. Yes, rook b5 and rook comes there to...
Rook h7, but then...
Yes, rook b7.
rook b7
Well, now
and
without the
yes.
g-pawn, it's not really a counterplay. So with g-pawn being on g3, that would be double-edged, but now, well, c7, white is simply winning.
Yes, just a piece up. So
yes, and Alexandra
had to
decided, yes,
resign,
she had enough and she resigns this game, so...
Well, I
well,